Hey, what's up everyone? Coach Danny and Alex. In this tutorial, I'm going to be covering something that oftentimes people ask me. It's how do you deal with a Southpaw fighter? So check it out. All right, so basically Southpaw fighters are left-handed fighters, okay? If you're right-handed, which most of us are, you're gonna be known as an orthodox fighter. Now, you gotta remember something before we get started is as a Southpaw fighter, if you're left-handed, most of the times you're gonna be encountering people who are right-handed in your gym. So 80, even 90% of your training partners are gonna be right-handed. So for the Southpaw fighter, they're used to fighting or even sparring right-handed people. Now, on the opposite side of that is the right-handed fighter or sparring partner. If I'm right-handed, most people are right-handed. That's what I'm used to sparring 80 to 90% of the times. Now that slim chance that I'm going to get a left-handed sparring partner or even fighter, I don't get that much experience as they do. So we need to have a little bit more tactics. So I'm going to show you guys some basic things. A lot of people, sometimes students will ask me, how do I deal with a Southpaw fighter? In our personal gym, we have quite a few Southpaw fighters, and I'll tell you a little story. When I first started martial arts, coming from a Jeet Kune Do background, I used to always fight as a Southpaw stance, even though I'm right-handed. I used to train all of my techniques with a right lead forward, all right, because that's what was being taught to me. So for years, I practiced like a left-handed person. And then when I switched back, it was supernatural for me. So now I was able to translate everything back to how I did my tactics, all right? So basic things first. Number one thing I always tell people, if Alex gets into his Southpaw stance here, what I want to do is not stay right in front of him, okay? Because when he goes back to his orthodox stance now, his right hand is in front of my left hand, and I have the same thing for him. But when he switches sides, this is a mirror stance now. It's just like if I was looking in the mirror. So now this side here is right in front. So my jab is in front of his jab, and my right hand is right in front of his left cross as well. Okay, so now what I want to do is try to get that angle, but I don't want to just pivot. I want to be able to stand not quite in front of his striking power. Okay, if I look at his stance right now, the hole is here. Go back to a Southpaw stance. All right, so my right hand is going to connect and clash with his left hand. If I move slightly to the side now, I'm going to connect the right hand in the center, and that's what I want. So in order to do so, I got to make sure that my stance is correct. And by foot placement, I'm going to take my lead foot and try to always fight to have it on the outside of his right foot. Okay, so that's the first trick. Okay, a lot of boxing coaches will teach you this stuff. These are basics, but it's very, very important to try to understand this. So every time I'm fighting here against the Southpaw fighter, I'm going to try to always use the peripheral vision and see his feet. And I'm going to try to place my lead foot on the outside of his lead foot. And this will put me in a perfect position for my strong side to shoot right in the center between his hands. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, by doing this, I'm moving away from his power side as well. So his left strike, if we're talking about boxing, his left hook, his left cross, his left uppercut, all right? This is his power side. If we look at Muay Thai, his left knee, his left inside kick, his left body kick, even high kick, I want to move slightly away from that power side, okay? Now, if it was mixed martial arts, same thing, right? We want to move away from the power side. So that's the first line that we want to cover here, is try to always take a step on the outside. Now, we want to talk about how we want to be able to attack as well. All right, so now if I'm the Southpaw fighter here, Alex is the right-handed fighter. Now he's learned to step on the outside, and now he can jab very easily over my jab. Right? So if he steps on the inside and he stays here, he's always going to be punching inside my punches, easy for me to parry. If he steps slightly on the outside now, the angle of my lead hand is here. So he can easily throw his jab over, right? He can time this, okay? Now look at his power side. When he moves to here, his right cross is aligned with my chin. All right, so a really, really important factor is to try to align your shoulder with your opponent's chin. Imagine there's a laser pointing from the shoulder to my chin. All right, and that's a good secret you want to try to remember. Every time you're fighting the Southpaw fighter, align that line all the time. Okay, so right here, that's his cross. Boom, right in the center. Now if he comes back to the center, if we want to talk about Muay Thai or kickboxing or even mixed martial arts, it's going to be the same principle. If he steps on the outside, he's in a perfect placement for his knee, right? Boom. All right, if he steps on the outside again, every time we teach about swing kicks, we teach you guys to step first, right? If he steps on an angle, now he has more power in his hips, all right? Now, if he uses the same tactic and strategy where he moves to the side, he's already created that step to attack the body. Boom, all right? That's one example. Even for low kicks, it's gonna be the same principle. See, the low kick is right there. That's where he's gonna chop the inside of the southpaw's leg. Now, I only want to cover some basic stuff, not to make a 30-minute video, but this question came out a lot. Some of you guys on the YouTube channel actually asked the question, how do you fight against southpaw fighters? We actually covered some of these techniques in our personal classes this week, but I wanted to cover some basics of how to deal with the southpaw. So I think the first thing would be to always try to remember, place your lead foot on the outside of their lead foot. You don't forget that the southpaw fighter knows the same tactics. He's going to be trying to battle his right foot on the outside of your left foot. So it's going to be a battle. You want to create some angles. Guys, if you like these tricks, we're going to be covering more southpaw tactics on our YouTube channel in the future. So make sure to subscribe and like this video. We will see you
in the next video.
Take care.